welcome to the investiture of our honored guests into the Order of Islington. We are here today to honor 6 members of our congregation who have lived a purposeful life, which has made and continues to make a difference across many strata of society.
I'm delighted to present the first 2 awards to 2 great friends, Joan Hunter and Shipp. First of all, let's share a little bit about Joan Hunter. He chaired a committee of ministers to figure out a national identity. He worked on the audit committee for 6 years, including acting as chair, and is currently the chair of the permanent committee on finance. But one of his great attributes that I admire very much is his love for great wines, a man after my own heart. It is a great honor for me to present Dawn today with the Order of Islington. Dawn. Shipp loves life. He loves getting up in the mornings. He loves the simple things in life. And he also loves his church. Harold lives his life based on a couple of his mother's maxims. She said, "It is nice to be important, but it is more important to be nice." If you know Harold, you've probably heard him say that. Harold believes that for anyone who benefits from the community, who gains his income and lifestyle from it, it is incumbent upon that person to give back in equal measure. Hospitals had always been an important focus of his family's volunteer life. His wife, June, joined the Mississauga Hospital Volunteers in 1966. Harold has been part of hospitals for 43 years. He is the honorary chairman of the Trillium Health Center Foundation, which raised $30 million for the new Trillium Stroke Center, $12 million of which came from the Shipp Challenge. He's also a founding director of Friends of the Mississauga Hospital Foundation and past chairman of the building committee for the Queensway General Hospital from the early 1970s to the mid-1990s. A philanthropist and respected businessman, Shipp has led the way in community activism, urging, cajoling, persuading his counterparts to lend their personal expertise where it will help the most. The elders of Islington United Church are pleased to honor Shipp with the Order of Islington for his many accomplishments in building communities literally and figuratively. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me today in congratulating Shipp.
Joan Hunter believes that when a Christian has a child, of course you baptize the child and you go to church. Well, Joan was enticed to Islington in 1973 by the sound of the chimes, and now, all these years later, she is the coordinator of the chime ministry and takes her turn playing the chimes to welcome worshipers and to draw others to Islington United, just as she was. She chaired the search committee for our Minister of Music, John Dirksen, and was a member of the visioning committee of the early 1990s, guided by Bill Esom. At the end of the visioning process, Joan became the chair of our official board, and it was my pleasure to work with Joan on the restructuring of the official board to the current church council model. I was impressed then, as I am now, with Joan's grasp of the congregation's future needs, coupled with her sensitivity to and appreciation for Islington's heritage of faith. Please join me in honoring Joan Hunter's service to God and her community as we present her with the Order of Islington today. Betty McGregor and her first husband, Jim Morrison, came to Islington United from Kingsway Lambton in 1971. After moving back and forth across the country for many years due to the demands of Jim's work, they were happy to find a warm and friendly place to worship, and Betty's been here ever since. Betty began delivering Meals on Wheels with Bruce Stewart of our congregation when our members prepared the meals in our own church kitchen. Later, with a new driver from Coburg, no less, Betty picked up the meals from the Red Cross. Almost 4 decades later, Betty is still the runner for these meals. Someone else drives, and she runs the meals into the recipient. And if you've ever seen Betty as she hurries to her next project or appointment, the term runner couldn't be more appropriate. Many of you remember Murray Dryden, who created the organization Sleeping Children Around the World. Betty first met Murray in the mid-1960s in her role as a member of the Etobicoke YMYWCA Executive Board. Murray asked Betty to help organize, type, and edit his pile of papers into a book that would describe the diversity and extent of the work involved in the Dryden's program, Sleeping Children. Murray credited Betty's patience, guidance, and understanding for the resulting publication of his book, For the Love of His Children. Betty worked with Murray Dryden and Sleeping Children for about 30 years and only retired from that commitment 5 years ago on Murray's death. Betty McGregor has a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. It is my privilege to present Betty McGregor as she receives the Order of Islington today.
52 years ago, Lynda Sharpe moved with her parents from downtown Toronto to Etobicoke. A friend from her new school invited her to come to Islington with her in 1957, and Lynda has been here ever since. Lynda has been a volunteer with Sleeping Children around the world for over 25 years, and she worked with Audrey McLeod on numerous funeral receptions. She organizes the coffee hour every Sunday, and she and Joe Cook can be found shopping for supplies every week for the youth group and the youth choir dinner, which is held on Thursdays. Lynda works at the Maybell Food Bank on the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays of the month. Lynda Sharpe quietly does many things for many people. She is truly a worthy recipient of the Order of Islington, and I am very pleased to honor her today. Lynda. Maureen Wilson began her relationship with Islington United Church in 1967. Originally trained as a nurse, Maureen concentrates her church ministry through numerous forms of pastoral care. Her involvement with Lynda led to her participation and then to her leadership in prayer and meditation, where Maureen has been a leader now for 8 years. She felt that prayer and meditation gave her an opportunity to encourage her faith by praying the scriptures. From this experience, it was a natural progression for Maureen to become a Stephen minister, and she was commissioned as such 6 years ago. She is the recording secretary for the Pastoral Care Committee, and she worked on the Pastoral Care Vision for the recent 2020 project. Maureen is a member of the prayer team for the Healing Ministry, participates in Linda Kennedy's monthly ministry at the McCall wing of the Queensway Hospital, and helps the ministerial staff to serve communion in retirement residences and nursing homes. Maureen Wilson has given and continues to give of herself, and I'm very pleased to present her with the Order of Islington.
The Order of Islington is given for service, but I know each of us up here feel that we are only one among so many of you out there. So it is with all humility that I thank you on behalf of Joan, Dawn, Betty, Lynda, and Harold for considering us for this honor. I know that all of us will continue to serve alongside all of you.